That's what would frustrate me. Is like, I don't mind going back to the beginning. If I'm like, oh, I've gotten better, so I have a better opportunity to do it this time. To just like be like, oh, I just got RNG fucked. Like, well, shit. Can you? Hello? Thank you. Show that. That's what would tilt me. I did Iron Man a few weeks ago, lost at the 4th gym and uninstalled. Don't have the patience for 3,000 runs. Like, you spend 3,000 runs to get your best run. You spend 3,000 runs to get your best run.
Minions have spawned.
But yeah, it's not making the same mistakes anymore. Get him farther than he would have when we're throwing away runs on his own mistakes. Yeah, I guess that's good. Thanks for the answer, yeah, no problem. No problem.
The weapon to cease all life.
Yeah, so I guess some of the knowledge learning stuff can help your RNG. It would just be really frustrating to spend a day and a half on a challenge, lose, and then make, alright, let's run this again. Yo, these mana struggles, bro. I think I have to go trans just for the mana.
Lie down. Your time will come. You're a talented sharpshooter. I'll give you that.
I don't know what you're laughing at, bro. I don't know what you're laughing at, brother. So I'm pulling on the blizzard attack. Yeah, let's go. I think I have to go trans. I need the mana, bro.
This is more like it.
On one hand, I want to build a Dino Tribal Commander deck, and she's the best commander. On the other hand, she sells for anything between 50 and 88. Does that bit of money really matter, though? To you? If that money doesn't matter, I would just do what you like. If you want to build a deck that's fun.
Lie down, my baby. Your time. time will come.
Weapon to cease all life.
Sure, Warriors are still not in a great spot? That's debatable. We'll see. We'll see. This is what I was talking about yesterday. I think you honestly have to wait at least 3 to 4 weeks of letting people play in a meta. Even the SPL pros. Ain't nobody, unless there's some glaring issue, like huge issue, PTS does not give people the adequate amount of time to assess a meta. Did you see what Nika said in scrims on the current patch? No, I don't pay attention to what people say about the current patch within the first PTS and few days of it coming out. Because every time they're wrong. You know, don't get me wrong, there's enough differing opinions where somebody's right, but nobody, there's no general consensus on what the meta is or should be within the first day or two. Bum 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 bum. Last said this is a good warrior patch. Well, I've seen a lot of warriors in the jungle though. Nike, Erlong, whoever else, I don't remember who. If you want to play warriors in solo, you pick them. So he's just saying that's why nobody's picking them. Either way, with what they changed, I'll have to wait until like, well, they have like the beginning of like play-ins, right? You might still see some lingering mages or attempts at mages, but I think you'll see warriors, especially with the Warrior X buff, start to be considered, especially coming Thursday or Friday, whenever that play-in thing starts.
Wow, you didn't even break a sweat.
I think you'll see warriors. Also, I'd like to say I'm not knee-jerking and saying warriors are dead, but it's a big butt. A big butt. We love big butts here, bro. Far deeper underlying issues with the class to make them comp viable. The issue is that they run into the issue where balancing them turns into either allowing them to fuck around with mitigations too much and then mess around with like Glad Shield, Pridwin, and they get too much damage from other sources.
Lie down. Time.
Peacocking now, are we?
Either they mess around with mitigations too much and they just make them unkillable, or their items that give them DPS based off things other than power give them too much. So it's a ditch to ditch type thing. That's why when people are like, oh, they haven't been good, it's like they haven't been good in instances, but also at the same time they've been broken in instances. They've had to put a cap on mitigations. They've had to put a cap on mitigations just to compensate for the fact that warriors were too strong. Raven, whoever the other, King Arthur at some point, they were using the mitigations build. And then once he got out of that, Runeforge was broken, Pridwin was broken, and all these things were, you know, Vamana for a while was broken, Hercules, the Golden Blade things were broken. It's either, the issue is, and this is the issues they seem to have with warriors more often than any other class, is they either have it to where warriors just walk through teams, and there's nothing you can do about it, or they're useless and just don't get played. Class passes, I don't think help. I don't think you should get free anything. But I've said that about any balance. Like when like in their head when they're like, yo, you level up Giannis and he gets, or you level up Giannis's ult and he gets, you know, free percent pen. I don't like that. Make it something you have to hit, right? Like I was saying, put the pen on his 3. You know what I mean? Put the increased pen on his 3 or his scaling when he hits an ability or something, right? Put some pen on a pen debuff on their 3, or give him more percent pen when he walks through his own 3. I don't know, right? Give it something, even if it's something that's not hard to hit at all. Make it, don't just give it free.
Lies on. Your time will come.
Will be done. Embrace your end.
Looks like you were raised to fight.
Hi, honey. Look, I generally think that the warrior identity should be reworked. If they want dive tanks, don't give them CC. If they want disrupt, take damage off. They need to either give mitigations back in the way that they had them. And this is coming from somebody who said there should be a cap on mitigations. But they should take away things like Glad Shield and Pridwin and things that give them damage. If you want somebody just disrupting backline, they should just be disrupting backline to the point to where like they could potentially 1v1 one other person. They shouldn't be able to walk through an entire team and just exist, right? You know those times where Robin's literally just full, like, you shouldn't be able to win a 1v3 as a warrior late game, but you should be able to 1v1 a mage. You should be able to 1v1 a hunter, right? In 1v1. Your whole identity is to disrupt. And they should still give them the option to disrupt. You don't want to take away the identity of disrupting. You just shouldn't be able to solo anything.
Mine now.
Why do the undead hate to eat clowns? Because they taste funny.
Let me go slowly chop down this fucking thing like a tree. They're just lazy with Vamana? I don't even know if it's lazy. I just don't think you can like really change him without changing his entire identity. Here, let me chop this down for an hour. 6 item level 20 hunter should have to fuck up to not solo a warrior. They usually do. But if there's anybody that should be able to contend with the hunter, it should be a warrior, because warriors are designed for that reason. You're not going to rework your entire class, right? Like, Bologna's job is to fight auto attack characters, right? Sun Wukong has anti-auto attack. Chalk has anti-auto attack. The other people just disrupt, right? There's other people that's what their job is, and I don't think you need a new identity for them. You just need to make it so they're not either just outright broken or useless.
Your middle tower is under attack.
And sometimes people need to realize that just because this isn't the scenario, I don't think mages are just outright really good. I think they just had a couple good items. I just think they had a couple broken items that allowed them to do well in the solo lane. I don't think warriors are bad. I think some of the other classes and class buffs and everything just end up being too good right now. I don't outright think that warriors themselves, like the stats, the base stats in comparison to other characters' base stats or their kits, but I don't think it's actually bad. I don't think their items are bad. I think just other characters are better. Actually, that could mean they're bad if you look at it differently, but I think other stuff is over-tuned. I don't think they're under-tuned. Right? When they dive a tower, they survive long enough, like they do their job. When they, when they're tanking an objective, they survive enough, right? They have, enough base health. They have enough base protections. Their items are good when compared to other stats. It's just I think some of the other class buffs and everything are overtuned, and I think when 9.5 gave everybody more protections, that immediately nerfed warriors, because the whole point of warriors was that they had more protections at base and per level than anybody else. And when you make everybody else also have protections, it kind of decreases the purpose of their identity in general. So I think 9.5 is the time where we started seeing true class issues from the warriors.
Cannot kill what is already dead. Will be done.
story. Gotcha. Your time.
Shut down.
Cannot kill what is already.
Ba-dum-bum. When power creep exists, and when orders have 800 effects on each ability, a warrior with an ability does damage. Yeah, that's the issue. It's like you got Mana Core Spike, you got Rune Flameforge or Flameforge Hammer, you got Pridwin, you got something else, and then you have mitigation. So it's like I don't even need to build protections. I just build 2 or 3 mitigations items, and then I just build something that just out DPSs you. Warriors should not out DPS anybody. They should beat them through like attrition, pretty much. They should beat them with like CC to where like you don't get to attack. You're disrupted, you're slowed, you're whatever. And then the base damage should carry them. The issue is they buffed all of I actually need to try here for some reason. Phoenix back up here. Hold on, give me a second. I actually think I just need to push through here and then actually. Let's wait this.
Your team has destroyed a middle enemy Phoenix.
What I'm saying is there's a reason Herc is the only viable comp warrior at the moment. I don't think it's fair to say he's not viable. I think it'd be better to say that he's the only person that has